This video is on understanding absolute and relative cell references. Absolute and relative cell references are key to making powerful spreadsheets. This spreadsheet was the walkway spreadsheet that we did in Lab 1. This is my formatted version. You could use your formatted or unformatted one. It doesn't matter. And we figured out a total cost. And let's say, for example, we don't want to charge the total cost. We want to charge more than the total cost. We want to have a price. And the price is going to be computed by figuring a markup. And I'll put the mark up here. Let's say we want a markup of 10%, 0.1, 10%. So let's say our price is going to be a formula that we're going to multiply the total cost times 1 plus the markup. So we put our equal signs, and it's going to be our total cost, M7, times, parentheses, 1 plus, and we go down here and we figure our markup, and we got to end our parentheses, and we press enter, and we get 207. Let's look at that number, 189, 207. Looks about right. 10% more than 190 is about 208. Now I want to do that markup for each one of my pavers, concrete, each items. So I grab the lower right and I copy it, grab it, pull it down to copy, and it will copy the formula to each cell. Now when I look at this cell, this is 10% more, but from 107 to 107, it hasn't gone 10% more. 14,000, it hasn't gone. What's going on? I look at this formula, and the formula says it's M8. That's right. B18. This markup is at B17. And when I look at this one, the concrete, it is B19. How Excel works is this formula doesn't really say go to M17 and go to B17. What it says is go 1 to the left and multiply it by 1 plus the thing that's 11 to the left and 10 down. Relative cell references. You want it to not move down, but always stick on the 17. The way we do that is we go to the address, the B17, and we put a $sign in front of the 17. And that $sign translates into that exact address. Go to that exact place. So when we copy by grabbing and pulling down, it now copies that exact address, the 17. And it goes for each one. So 10% more at 107 is about 100,000 more, 117. That all looks right. Okay? So an absolute cell reference. The shortcut of this is you put your cursor on the address and you press F4, and it will toggle through adding an absolute or a $sign in front of both the column and the row, then just the row, then just the column, and then nothing. We want just the row. Okay? We're going to copy this formula 1 over, and let's see what happens. Oh, I press escape. Nothing happened because the formula was not an absolute for the column. It was only an absolute for the row. So you can have either a column or a row or both absolute. Now the power of this comes in that if you want to quickly change your markup, it works automatically. So let's say we want to go to 5% and watch over here where the prices are. We're going to go to 5% from 25. It changes it quickly. This way you can build the spreadsheet yourself, have a couple of very obvious input places where you can have another person put the input and change all the work on your spreadsheet. Understanding absolute and relative cell references will allow you to make much more usable, much more powerful worksheets and spreadsheets.